Imagine stepping through a doorway and emerging in a different century. In 1901, two English academics, Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, claimed to have slipped back in time while visiting Versailles. They reported seeing people in 18th century clothing in buildings that no longer existed. Their detailed account, published as an adventure, remains one of the most famous time-slip cases. Two Oxford professors walked through Versailles and found themselves in 1789. Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain were visiting the palace gardens on August 10, 1901. They took a wrong turn, and suddenly everything changed. The air felt heavy and oppressive. The colors looked different, almost like an old painting. They saw people in 18th century clothing, not costumes, but authentic period dress, worn and weathered. A woman sat sketching near the Petit Trianon. They later identified her as Marie Antoinette from historical portraits. They spoke to a man in period clothing who gave them directions in Old French. Buildings stood where modern maps showed empty space. When they returned to their hotel, they compared notes and realized something impossible had happened. They went back days later. Everything was different. The buildings they'd seen didn't exist. The paths had changed. They spent years researching, comparing their experience to historical records. Every detail matched Versailles as it was in 1789, right down to the trees and garden layouts. If this is blowing your mind like it did mine, show some love with a like and subscribe. I've got more incredible time mysteries coming your way. They published their account in 1911 as an adventure. Skeptics tried to debunk it, but couldn't explain how two academics with no special knowledge of 18th century Versailles described it perfectly. It somehow stepped through time itself. And they weren't the only ones. Others have reported similar experiences at Versailles.